Good afternoon. Thanks for tuning in to a full perp scan brought to you by FTX. If you don't have an FTX account, then feel free to use the link in the description below and you'll receive 10% off your trading fees. I am filling in for Craig today. He's away at a wedding. But let's see how we go. We'll get through this perp list and see what we've got. This morning's scan on the live trading floor, we had a few levels to the short side that I was keeping an eye on. But it looks like there's some buying entering the market, so yeah, we'll switch to the lower time frames and see what presents. But Bitcoin's in an interesting spot here on the weekly chart. We've got a lower low and a lower high. We didn't quite break that previous low, so we're kind of in a no trend on the weekly type of position. If we have a look at the daily chart, we were in an interesting spot here with the previous high here, and if you run the fibs, it's a 50% fib pullback, so it looks like we're breaking out of that that level there now, which is a good sign for us for Bitcoin. As you can see here on the 4-hour time frame, yeah, previous high, we're breaking out, so a nice close above that level will be good. And then that will open us up to some long trades on these lower time frames, but not so much on the mids because we don't really have a trend on the daily. So I'll be waiting for a nice close on this 4-hour time frame if it does come. We've only got 2 hours left, so yeah, if we do get a strong close above this level, definitely open for stalking those lower time frames. But at the moment, yeah, nothing there for us on Bitcoin. Well, a little bit of a trend there on the 30, but it's not great. 1 inch. So for the scan, I'll just have one chart up. We'll focus on the daily and the 4-hour and look for trends. So at the moment, yeah, we've got one here on 1 inch to the downside, but you know, nothing really here on the 4 and the 1. A level that we're watching, it's broken and just rejected that level. So yeah, nothing there for us on 1 inch. AVE is one that is looking quite strong. Nice daily uptrend. The 4-hour is not looking too bad, just ranging. So a break of either of these levels is what I'm after. Hey Jeffrey, you well? Yeah, break of either of these levels is what I'm after. Potentially a break to the upside. We will need a break and retest of that level before anything comes, because there's no trend leading up to that. ADA, nice uptrend on Cardano. 4-hour is not telling us too much, and the 1-hour nothing either, so we can leave that. Adventure Gold, nothing really there either. Alchemix, ooh, no trend there. Yeah, no trend, we can leave that. Algo, another one, daily trend, high, 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 low. We're moving higher, so we go down to the 4, and no trend there on the 4. So the weekend has really ruined any trends that we did have. It's just been sideways, you know, low volume over the weekend period. So it sort of pushed all of our trends into a sideways, confused market. So yeah, today we'll just be waiting for some direction. So there's nothing there on Algo on the lowers either, so we can skip that. Alice on the daily, not too much to talk about. Yeah, nothing there either on the 4. Alpha, a nice level there, but it doesn't look like it's going to break that level. No trend on the daily. Questionable trend on this 4-hour. We can look lower. Yeah, no real trends either. So for those of you that are in our community, we just focus on the cradle strategy throughout these FTX scans. So as we know, with the cradle strategy, we need trend. And unfortunately, we just don't have the trends here at the moment. Daily, 4-hour. The reason I'm looking at the daily and the 4 hours, the daily gives you an overall picture of the market and where it's going, and the 4-hour, you know, those two time frames, you can really tell if there is any trends across all time frames. Nothing there on alt.
Ampleforth, a little bit of a level through there. We do have a daily trend. We've got a 4-hour trend as well. I'll throw it in the list because we do have a trend, and a pullback into that cradle zone is what we're after. It's probably not the 2. The 4 hours looking the best, and the 8 hours there as well. So we'll throw ample in and we'll keep an eye on that and hope for a pullback. Anchor, bit of a trend there on the daily. The 4, not so much. We're watching this level to the downside because we do have a nice trend there on the 1, the 2 hours there as well. Will I keep it in the list? I think we can take that out of the list for now. The trend is yeah, didn't really do what we'd like it to do. Ape had a really strong move at the end of last week and even over the weekend, which is a surprise. We do have a 4-hour trend, an 8-hour trend. Let's have a look lower. Nothing really there for us. I think we can leave that. Weave. Nice daily trend, but it's overshot that cradle zone, so we're focusing on these lowers to a 4-hour time frame. Bit of resistance up ahead. Yeah, nothing there. ASD's way too thin for us. Atlas. Nothing there. Very sideways. Now Atom has had a really strong move. I hope some of you have been in Atom for a little while. There were some trading opportunities leading up to this big move, and it's just chugging along. Yeah, the end of last week saw some nice buying come in, which is great to see. We do have a nice daily trend. We can look lower. Nothing there on the 4. Let's have a look lower at the 1 to see if there's any levels to back up any of our cradle trades. There's nothing there at the moment. It does need some work, so it doesn't make the list. Nothing there on audio. AVAX, no daily trend, and no real 4-hour trend. It just needs to break above this level if it is to break above or below this level, and to get some trends back. Axie, no 4-hour trend, and the daily is very sideways, so we can leave that. Badger, really nice daily uptrend, 4 hours there as well. But I think it's the 8. Yeah, the 8 looks nice. We've got a higher high and a higher low. We've got a level through here. A little bit more selling back onto this level is what we're after on Badger, so it's in the list for that reason. Balancer. Yeah, it just needs to break above that level, doesn't it? The daily trend is there. Higher high, higher low. Yeah, it just needs a little bit more work. It needs to break above that level. Band, we've got a nice level up above on this daily. Let's have a look at the 4. Yeah, nothing for us. Nice level there on the 4-hour on BAT, but there's no daily trend. We've gone from low to high. Level there to the downside, bit of a region to the upside. I know this isn't an exact level, but you can see that most of the perp pairs are now, had this nice move to the upside on Friday, and have since just ranged, just moved sideways due to lack of trading volume over the weekend. So we're just really waiting for a break above or below these levels, because trading in a range, yeah, you can focus on those lower time frames, but it's not really our strategy. We're trend traders, we're not range traders. Okay, no real trend there on the 4 on Bitcoin Cash. The daily's not that great either. Yeah, we can leave that. BitTorrent is, BitDAO, very sideways. Look at that on the 4-hour. It's very hard to trade a market that's that sideways. BNB. Nothing there. BNT. a lot of wicks. That just shows that there's a lot of sellers up in this area, just pushing the price straight back down as soon as we get some momentum. Did have a level there, we can delete that level. But yeah, there's nothing there. A nice close, a solid close up in this region might be a good sign, but there's nothing there for us. Boba, nothing there. BRZ, very thin. We don't want to trade that. Okay, no trend on the 4 for Bitcoin. SV, no trend on the daily, so we'll leave that. BitTorrent looks a bit thin on this daily time frame. Very thin on the 4 C98. Level here to keep an eye on if we do see some selling. Does need to break above this level. We've tried to break above this level. It's just been rejected and pushed back down. So for any long trades on C98, we need to see a solid close above this level. Nothing there at the moment. Cake is looking quite nice. The daily is in an uptrend. A little bit messy, but it's there. A little bit of resistance up here. It's around the $4.50 round number as well. Doesn't go back too far. 4-hour trend, 8-hour trend. The 8 hours not really there. Let's have a look lower. Beginning to see a trend on the 2-hour, but if you have a look lower, this 30-minute time frame, look at this. It's just reacting to this level quite well. It's just not breaking through. You know, rejection, looks like rejecting again. So yeah, a solid close above this level before we look at any longs on cake. No real trend on the 4 on Cello. Yeah, we can leave that. Celsius. Nice trend on the daily. I mean, a little bit of a level through here. Is a round number? Not really. No trend on the 4 though. Yeah, I think we can leave that. Chromia. No real trend on the 4. And just sideways on this daily, you can see that, you know, we're starting to form a pattern of just sideways momentum and just ranges that we need to break out of, like this, you know, if we are to move higher. Chili's. Got a lower low and a lower high. So we're in a downtrend on Chili's on the daily. 4-hour. Nothing. Yeah, nothing there. We can leave that. Clover, nothing. Compounds. Very sideways daily. Bit of a trend there on the 4. What's the 2 look like? Now this wasn't looking too bad. It was grinding higher, but it's just getting messy here. Is there a level up there that it's reacting with? Not really. We can leave that. It's not what we're after. Nothing there on the daily. On Cream, it's very wiki. Chronos or Crypto.com. Level there. Bit of a level there as well. Another one that just needs to break out of this range before it presents any trading opportunities. CRV, messy on the 4 and doing nothing on that daily. We did start today with red across the board and then some buying into the market. Bitcoin was up 1.5% or something at one point. And now it looks like this red sellers are just pushing it back down. All right, no trend there on CVX dash. No trend on the 4. Nothing there on the daily either. Dawn. Nothing there on the daily. Another one just slowly grinding higher. But there's no trends. No trends for us to work with. DeFi, another one with a nice level through here. We had a few touches. It just didn't amount to anything. This is what happens when there's lack of momentum on the higher time frames. We see them interact with levels, try to break out, and then just get rejected. So that's why I'm more inclined to wait for a nice solid candle close above or below one of those levels. Dense. Nothing there. Dodo. Sideways daily trend. No real trend on the 4 either. See, Dodo was one with a nice level through here. Again, similar to, I think it was Dawn, where it tried to break out and has just been rejected. So that's why we need confirmation. Doge, nothing there on the 1. Nothing there on the 4 or the daily. We can leave that dot. No daily trend. And nothing there on the 4 either. Dragon, nothing there. DYDX. Now, anyone that is following along, you know what a nice trend is. You know what a good trend looks like. And we're just not seeing that at the moment. Eden, nothing there. Do we have a nice daily trend? What's the 2-day look like? Questionable 2-day trend. That may present later on in the week. 4-hour Elron, nothing there. Engine, very, very sideways on the 4. I dare say that the daily is doing the same thing. We can leave that ENS. Low to high, so no trend on the daily. The 4-hour, no trend, just sideways momentum. EOS, a little bit of a trend there on the 4, but it's overshot that. That rules us out for a 4-hour trend. Let's have a look at the 8. Nothing there either. ETC. Nothing there. Nothing there. ETH. Alright, so Ethereum on this daily. Let's have a look at the weekly. So the weekly, we've had a lower high and then a lower low. So we're beginning to break the trend. We need to break the previous high before we're out of this downtrend on the weekly. It doesn't have too much further to go. So it could potentially happen. The daily is not telling us much. We've gone from low to high, so there's no trend on that daily time frame. The 4-hour, no trend either. It's just sort of grinding higher, and now it's a little bit confused. So we do have a level here on ETH to watch to the upside, but you know, it needs a lot more work to do before that happens. Exchange 4-hour, nothing there. Feeder, nothing there for us. 4-hour on Filecoin, no trend. Yeah, nothing there. I know it seems like some of our scans, we just go through the perps and just say there's no trend or there's nothing there, because there's just no trends, you know. If you look at this since 27th of August on this 4-hour time frame, it's just choppy momentum, sideways momentum. That's why we don't trade that. And a lot of the tokens are like that at the moment. Flow, nice level down there to watch, but there's do have an uptrend, high, oh, barely broken that previous high. Yeah, nothing there on Flow. Phantom, again sideways, nothing there. FTT, sideways momentum, has tried to break out, but it's just been rejected. So yeah, nothing there for us on FTT. FXS, sideways daily, sideways on the 4 as well. We can leave that. Gala, nothing there again. Project Galaxy. One that has a higher high, but didn't manage to break the previous high. So now it's in a sideways market. So we can focus on these lowers to watch for a break of a range or a newly formed trend. But there's nothing there at the moment. Moonbeam, nice 4-hour trend, the daily. No trend on the daily. The 4-hour is there. The 2 probably looks a little bit better, but it's a little bit wicky. A solid break above this level. Looks like it's just rejecting that, so we can leave that. It's, yeah, if you're not trading today, you're probably doing the right thing. It's a very confused market. GRT. Needs a bit more work. Good morning, Matt. GST sideways on the 4. Yeah, nothing there. Hedera. Another one very, very sideways on that 4-hour time frame. Daily's not telling us much either. Let's have a look at the 1. Yeah, another one with a bit of a range that it needs to break out of. Looks like some volume has entered the market recently, but it's not giving us many trading opportunities, and that's fine with me. We have a trend there on HNT, 8-hour trend, nice bullish candle down in that cradle zone, may present something that's in the list. KDA, yep, let's have a look at the end of the scan. Holy. Look at that, stuck in this range. No trend either, so it needs to break up out of that range. We can take that out of the list. Hot 4-hour, nothing there. Low to high on the daily, so no trend. We can leave that. HT. Very sideways as well. A little bit of a trend. Maybe we can put a level there. High, 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 low. We're building up into that level. If we do see some buying, maybe a level to watch for a backup our cradle trades, but it won't make the list just yet. Nothing there on ICP, ICX. Nothing there either. Immutable X, the 4-hour, nothing there. Look at that. Look at that for price action. Just no trend, no momentum. Unless you focus on those lower time frames, but we want those high probability trades where we have a trend on the 4, a trend on the daily. We're just not seeing that. IOTA. Nothing there. We can leave that. Jasmine. We can leave that as well. Is KDA, is that a Binance pair, I'm guessing? Nothing there. Bit of a daily trend on Kilo. Nothing there on the 4. Yeah, nothing there on KNC either. We can leave that. Leave KSM. KSO, nothing there on the 4. It's just very sideways. Nothing on the daily either. LDO stuck in that range. Needs to break above or below. Leo. High to low on the daily, so no trend. Lena. Another one, you know, no trend on this 4-hour time frame. Daily needs some work. We can leave that. Link. there's no trend there. It's just really, nothing there. We can leave that. Looks rare. Daily trend, high high and a high low. We've broken that previous high. But let's look lower to see if there's anything we can work with. No, look at this. Just very confused. LRC, 4 hour, nothing there. Daily, nothing there. Litecoin, 4 hour, nothing there either. Nothing there on Mana Maps. Nothing there, Matic. Nice level there on the 4 to watch, but we've got no trend, and the daily is very sideways. Let's have a look at the 1. Yeah, just bouncing on this level. Needs to break above or below that range before we will look at anything there. Oh, new stablecoin, USD2. Okay, let's have a look. Mid perp. Yeah, nothing there either, No daily trend, no 4 hour trend. Maker. God, it's a rough looking trend, but it's there. The 4, let's have a look at the 8. Bit of a 4 hour trend there. Oh God, that's just messy. We can leave that. It looks very thin, Mango. We can leave that. Bit of a trend forming there on the 30 though. Okay. Mobile coin, we can leave that. Metal, no real trend on that 4 hour. Let's have a look at the daily. Low to high, we can leave that. NVDA, no real trend there for us to work with. The 4 hour, no trend either. Let's have a look at the 1. The 1 is just very sideways. We can leave that. NVDA 25, we've got a level through there to the bottom for a breakout or a break and retest cradle trade, but nothing there at the moment. We can leave that. Near daily, nice daily uptrend. That opens us up for long trades, but there's nothing, no real trend here on these lowers. It's just a big fight between buyers and sellers with these huge candles, so we can leave that. Neo. Yeah, another one that needs some work. OKB. Do we have a level there? I can delete that. So the daily. Nothing really there. We are still in a daily downtrend. This 4 hour, there's no trend, just a huge, what's that? Almost a 20% candle on the 4 hour on Friday. Looks just, just sideways now, so we can leave that. There's no trend. OMG. Sideways. Daily. Sideways. We can leave that. 1. No trend on the 4, on the daily, sorry. And the 4, just grab walking sideways. It needs to break above or below that range. Nothing there. OP. We do have a daily trend. We've got a higher high, higher low, and another higher high. It opens us up for lower time frame potential trades, but as you can see, there's no trends there. We can leave that. Oxy. A little bit thin and no trend. I'm sure you're all getting sick of me saying no trend, but it's the unfortunate truth. Yeah, nothing there. It's the bad side of being a trader. is knowing when the markets are just not tradable or when you should sit out. It can be a little bit boring, but days like this, it's a good time to focus on other things instead of just constantly staring at a computer screen. If you do a good scan in the morning, you'll know if you need to be at the computer that day. And to be brutally honest, I don't think today is one of those days that we should spend in front of the computer scanning markets. Not until maybe every 4 hours, focus on those 4 hour time frames and wait for a break above or below those levels. Prometheus has a daily trend. It's very wicky. I wouldn't enter that. Nothing there on Pundicutum. Again, needs some work. Yeah, nothing there, Ray. Low to high, no daily trend, the 4 hour. Yeah, nothing there, Reef. Nothing there either. So look, Ren. Another one needs to break out of this range. Does everyone think we'll break to the upside or break to the downside? When it does happen, I think it will happen quite quickly. Ronan is in the list. No daily trend. We've gone from low to high. The 4 hour lower low, lower high. So we do have a trend on the 4 hour. Focus on these lower time frames and look for trends. It's getting a little bit messy on these lowers. Yeah, very messy there. We'll keep it in the list because if that does move, we can switch those lower time frames, maybe the 1 hour. So we do have a trend on the 1. If we do see some momentum come, we'll leave that. We'll leave that in the list to keep an eye on. Rose. Nothing there. RSR, very sideways on that 4. Look at that, nothing on the daily, and very sideways. Rune, nice level through here, but again, it needs to break to the upside or the downside because there's no trend at the moment. Sand, we've gone from low to high. So no trend on that daily. The 4 hour, nope. Seacoin has managed to break above, but yeah, there's still nothing there. Nothing for us on the 4 on Seacoin. SCRT. Yeah, nothing there. Nothing there on Shiba. Very sideways. Shitcoin, no trend. And the daily, no trend there either. Let's have a look at the 1. Nothing. Nothing there. I mean, it is a good day to go and do something else and step away from the charts or focus on your investment portfolio and decide what tokens catch your attention. Do a little bit of research to see what tokens you'd like to hold long term. Because trading wise, it doesn't look like there's too much. Look at this, another one that's tried to break out of a range and just been rejected. Bit of a level through there as well, so a break above or below those levels is what we're after. Spell has a level through here that if we get a nice close below and a retest, may potentially offer something. But again, I think it's just clutching at straws, isn't it? Serum, nothing there. Very sideways step. No, thank you. Stormax, there's no trend on that 4. Nothing there on the daily. Sideways on storage, sideways on the 4 as well. Nothing there. Sushi. Okay. Depending on the type of trader you are, do have a higher high and a higher low. We've pushed high. It's not the prettiest of charts, I do admit that. We do have a level here. It's pulling back to that level. If we got a bullish candle on that level, the daily doesn't look too bad. I think I'll throw that in the list to keep an eye on. It's not a round number, but a little bit more selling back onto that level with a bullish candle may offer something. We'll leave that in. Nothing there. Theta. Sideways on the 4. And sideways on the daily. Alien Worlds. Yeah, needs to break out of that range tomorrow. Same again. Nothing really there on the lowers on Tomcoin. It is looking quite bullish though. Nice daily trend. So I'll pull back into that cradle on the daily time frame. May present something. It won't make the list today, but it could be one to keep an eye on for later on this week. Nothing there. Tron. Nothing there as well. It's very thin. Uniperp needs some work. Uniswap needs work. VeChain again needs some work. What do we have here on waves? Did have a level, you know, it tried to break out of that level. It's just been rejected. We're starting to see this, so yeah, it is important that we get that confirmation of break of a level. We're not seeing that just yet. Nothing there. Nice trend on NEM. Do have a trend here on the 15. It does look nice. A little bit on the big side, but depending on your trading style, that could potentially be an option. I don't like that it's closed below these previous highs though, so I'd be less inclined to trade that. I don't tend to trade the lower time frames either. I'll throw it in, but yeah. Still, I need some work. XMR. Yep, nothing there. XRP. Nothing there. Tezos needs some work. YFI, very sideways, need to break out of that range. Same with YFI. Zcash. We can delete that level. Need some work. Zilliqa. Sideways. ZRX. Another one needs some work. Yeah, it looks like Bitcoin has tried to break out. Again, we just saw that through the scan of tokens with levels trying to break out and just being rejected. So yeah, we just need that confirmation of a break of a level or a bit more confirmation of a direction. We do have a little bit of a list. So Badger was on the 8 hour. We'll see what that presents later tonight, possibly tomorrow morning. Dodo. Yeah, look, we can take that out. HNT. I believe that was the 8 as well. We may potentially get something here on the 8 hour time frame. MVDA. Yeah, it was building down into this level. We need a trend leading into that level for a break and retest. Ronin. Another one that we were focusing on those lower time frames. On the 1, I would say. Yeah. If we do see some buying, yeah, potentially a cradle trade backed by this level. I mean, it's looking a little bit ugly. Actually, I'll take that out. If I'm questioning it, it's not worth having in the list. Ample fourth, yep, waiting on that pullback. Potentially around this level, there is that round number of 1.2 as well. So we'll keep that in the list. Sushi on the 12 hour with a high low. We've pushed up, pulling back onto a level. We'll see what that brings tonight or tomorrow morning. And finally, NEM with a 4 hour trend. And it was the 15, wasn't it? Okay, so that has blown out. That is way too big. So we can take, actually we'll leave that in. We'll keep an eye on this. It is the 15-minute time frame, so it won't take long for a high and a pullback to be created. So we'll keep that in the list. It is one of the few with a trend. All right, so let's have a look. KDA. It's not on FTX. KDA, is it? Very sideways on that daily time frame. A little bit of a trend there on the 4. I mean, it's similar to the other perps. It just needs to break out of this range, doesn't it? It's tried. So taking any long trades up into a level like that is just risky, you know. There's obviously some selling pressure. It needs a solid break above that level, in my opinion. Yeah, similar to the other perps, the FTX perps that we went through, it needs a little bit more confirmation. Yeah, the momentum's just lacking. But yeah, that's the scan for today. Thanks for tuning in. We do have a couple to keep an eye on, but again, if you're not trading today, it's probably not a bad thing. Let's just see what what the next few hours bring. Whether we get some more buying, some selling. We just need that confirmation. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys again on Tuesday, so tomorrow.